This video is for academic advisors. It shows you how to do a search for students. The first way of doing that is when you know exactly which student to bring up using the student ID number. You type in the student ID number, and on the keyboard you press enter, and it will bring up the student record. The second way is to click on the X button here to clear the ID, and you type in the new student ID number, and then you press enter on your keyboard. The third way of doing it is by clicking on the advanced search right below the student ID, and it gives you more options to search students, either by ID, by first name and last name. Technically, you can also do a search by first name only or by last name only, but in doing so, it will bring up many more records than you might want to work with. There are also other ways of searching for students by curriculum criteria and other criteria at the drop-down menu. So the more narrow, more precise search that you do, the fewer the records that you have access to will come up. For this particular video, I'm going to narrow my search only to the students that have the last name Test, because I know there are only a handful of these. And once I've typed in the last name Test, I will click on the search button at the bottom. And it will bring up 12 records. And if I want to work with all 12 records, I want to keep them all checked off, and then click on Select. And the drop-down menu will give me access to all the records. And if I want to work with any of these in any order, I will click on that name. It'll bring up that record, and if I want to change to a different name, I'll click on the drop-down menu and select a different one at my choice, and that'll go to that record and to a different record, so on and so forth. And the other way of doing a search is by clicking on the advanced search again, and I'll do another search for Test, but in this case, I don't want to work with all 12 students. I only want to work with a handful of students. So out of these 12 records, I only want to work with the top 3. So I'll want to click on the checkbox next to the ID to uncheck all of them. And then here it gives me the chance to be more precise in my selection of records that I want to work with. And then click on Select. And then I have these 3 records to work with. So hopefully this helps you. Thanks for watching. Bye-bye.